This deal has been on the table for about a couple days, and it has finally gone official. Kyle Korver is headed to the Cleveland Cavaliers in exchange for Mike Dunleavy, Mo Williams, and a 2019 first-round pick. And as far as Atlanta goes, it's obvious they're trying to tank while they still have a somewhat decent team. They have Dwight Howard over there. They have a top 4 record in the East. But their franchise is kind of in a purgatory. When you're middle of the pack, not good enough to challenge for a title, and not bad enough to be in the lottery, you're never going to land that star player to elevate your franchise, because it's obvious via free agency it's not working out for the Hawks. Even when they had a good team, they weren't landing top free agents. So now that they're a middle of the pack in the East, which probably means average at best, a rebuild is inevitable for the Hawks. Now, moving on to the Cleveland side of this trade, that is a huge get for the Cavaliers. Kyle Korver is probably a top 20 shooter of all time. Career 43% three-point shooter. That is a gaudy percentage when we're talking about shooting from deep. And this season, on uncontested three-pointers, which means not a player within 6 feet when you shoot the ball, he's shooting 49% from deep. And that's without LeBron. So I can only imagine what that percentage is going to be like with LeBron, because he's going to have the time of his life playing next to LeBron James. The attention that LeBron commands is only going to open up Korver for even more wide open threes than he is already taking. And he is knocking them down at a 1-to-2 ratio. The Cavaliers are stacked, man. Coming into this season, I thought they should be the favorites for the simple fact Kevin Durant, yes, he is the second greatest player in the NBA today, but that is a huge piece to integrate into an already great team. We saw Miami was unable to win in their first season together when LeBron James and Chris Bosh joined forces with D. Wade. And then when LeBron returned to Cleveland, it was the same story. First year, Cavs outed by the Warriors. The only big three to win in their first year, or super team to win in their first year of joining together, was the Boston Celtics. And I would say that's because there weren't any great teams in the league at the time. LA had just acquired Paul Gasol that season, needed to integrate him, and then you had LeBron out there in Cleveland by himself. So the addition of Kyle Korver will not only help the Cavs when it comes to facing the Warriors, this will also help them solidify that number 1 seed in the East. That doesn't really mean too much to them. I think they could go on the road and beat Toronto on the road. But when you can replace J.R. Smith's three-point shooting with Kyle Korver, who might be an even better three-point shooter, I mean, you can't ask for anything better if you're a Cavaliers fan or a player on the team. This was a perfect move for the Cavaliers. Kyle Korver is getting up there in age, and he's going to be a liability on defense. But the Cavs did not trade for him to come in and play 30 minutes a game and to be a defensive stopper. Korver will probably be lucky to see 25 minutes. And when JR comes back, I'm pretty sure it'll be under 20 minutes. So he might get 3 attempts one game, 9 attempts another. But he is brought in to fill JR's shoes and be able to knock down wide open three-pointers. And he's going to fit right into this offense with no problem. And LeBron is going to make life so easy for Korver. He's not going to have to do as much as he had to do in Atlanta to get those threes, because LeBron, Kyrie, they're going to drive the lane and they're going to dish out. And he's going to be right there to knock them down, him and Kevin Love. The whole team will benefit from Korver's presence, because with JR out of there, that's one less three-point shooter you have to worry about. But now with Korver coming onto the team, now the Cavs have 3 three-point shooters in the lineup if they choose to play Korver in the starting lineup alongside Kevin Love, Tristan Thompson, LeBron James, and Kyrie Irving. I'll be interested to see how much playing time Korver gets once J.R. Smith is back. He probably won't be back into the playoffs, and do you want to mess up continuity to bring J.R. Smith back in, who is obviously and clearly the better player between him and Korver, especially when you take defense into account? So I'll be interested to see when J.R. Smith comes back how much Korver actually plays then. But for now, This is a great move for the Cavs to fill in for JR's role of a three-point shooter who can knock down 4 to 5, even 6 3-pointers in a game. When you lose J.R. Smith, the Cavaliers, they lose that threat. Of course, you still have Kevin Love and Kyrie Irving who can knock down 3-pointers, but J.R. Smith is a sharp shooter who can get hot and go for 5 to 6 threes in a game. The Cavs need that kind of X factor on their team, and Kyle Korver will do more than enough to fill those shoes.